Hello, my name is Max Biscarr. This is my project called Incinerate. It is a surveillance system, I guess you could say, but it's really just sort of a audiovisual experience that requires audience participation. Everything is transmitted in real time, meaning that there's nothing pre-recorded, with the exception of what's going on these two screens. Everything else is happening in real time, and there's this console that you can control as the person sitting in the chair, as the victim of Incinerate.
What inspired you to make this project?
A few things, some things that were maybe more subconscious, and then some things were more at the forefront. Last semester, when we did our final crit, I sort of realized that what I had already, even though it wasn't supposed to be, sort of appeared like a security system, because I had a few little small screens in this system pretty much going. And because I didn't have any actual content, I filled the screens up with these filler videos that I found on YouTube by looking up GoPro file prefixes and just downloading these random videos that people uploaded with like 1 to 5 views. And I sort of put them all on the thing, made the buttons do some flip through the thingies, and it sort of looked like I was sort of being a voyeur and monitoring these people. So that was initial inspiration. And then I sort of realized while doing research that I was also pushed to go through with these concepts of surveillance because of the state of the world right now. But that was sort of something that I realized later. It wasn't something that was at the forefront of my mind. Police state, it's very real now. And technology is becoming more and more advanced to pretty much monitor our every moves.
What is a detail of your project that viewers would notice not on the first viewing but on the second viewing?
That's a good question. I guess maybe on the second viewing, viewers will understand the system a little bit better, because it is sort of a complicated system, that you see things moving, but you don't really know exactly why they're moving or what's triggering them. Since it is like a participatory thing, I think that viewers will probably just get maybe a more intuitive sense on what these buttons do, and maybe we'll sort of develop like a I don't know, develop like a rhythm. I think when you first see it and start pressing buttons, it's a little overwhelming, but I think that maybe I hope that people will find a groove with it, I guess.
How has your art practice changed over your time in kinetic imaging?
I am definitely an illustrator first, but with that comes like a very stylized approach to art making. And I think that over the course of KI, I've sort of learned to let that go. It's not that I have thrown away my style, but I've stepped away from it and started thinking more about how my style could translate into something that isn't purely illustrative, like a 2D work or like an animation. I've learned to see my style in other areas, such as this, which doesn't have any of my own works in it or anything. They're all just cameras. So yeah, I guess that.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.